Yo, bro. I'm sure. Yo, bro. Hello. So, ladies and gentlemen, that being said, without further ado, hey guys, Derek from More Plates, More Dates. Record. Now, if you clicked on this video, I'm sure you guys have heard about the thing that is called mental energy, or maybe you know it as conscious willpower in terms of the bar of willpower, or maybe even brain points from Hamza. Now you might be thinking, why would I listen to some nerdy looking guy with some anime posters on the back of his wall over there next to his bed? But the thing is, I've discovered something pretty interesting that Hamza hasn't told you about. So if you can stick around for just a few minutes, I think it'll be very, very valuable to you. I think this is my secret, and I don't think anyone else has discovered this. But I'll start this off with a story of mine. So I was cooking this special lunch for my mum that she ordered me to because today there is no school, and me being the best son that I could ever be, of course I had to cook that special lunch. But cooking this special lunch dish, I've never actually cooked it before. That's the thing. And so I'm sure you know by now the death by a thousand cuts. Meaning, this special lunch that I cooked for my mum was actually going to take hours from the morning 7 8 to about now. What is the time now? It's about 1. That is insane. And so cooking is already hard enough on your decisions. It probably gives you like 100 cuts out of 1,000. No, probably more than that, 200 at least. But since it's a dish I've never cooked before, as you know, you have to go on YouTube, and having the perfectionist mind that I have, this makes it very difficult. Because going onto YouTube, searching the recipe up, taking notes of it on a book, because as you know, each video is slightly different than the other in terms of recipe. So I had to write down multiple different recipes and multiple different good things that I've taken from each different video. And as you can imagine from that, that is a very, very big drainer of decisions. And therefore it left me with terrible mental fatigue. But if you're wondering how am I here recording right after doing all of that with such good flow of words in my brain? At least I think so. So the protocol that I used is number 1, a cold shower. Cold bath, cold showers, cold exposures in general are very, very good, in my experience, in restoring your mental energy. They bring you back into focus, into this hyper focused state in the shower, because all you can think about is the cold. Meaning, Andrew Huberman, the scientist guy, he explains this in a very clever way of solitary focus on a thing you're doing is generally a good recovery of mental energy. And so I believe that is why cold showers are good at restoring your mental energy. And if you're wondering what the effect of the cold shower brings you in terms of how fast it restores your mental energy, it restores it in such a fast way, honestly. It's like if you've seen the movie Limitless. It's like when he takes the pill. That's how good cold showers are. You stepping out the cold shower, you feel like a new man. You feel like you accomplished something because you just conquered the cold. You once again have restored your mental energy, coupled with adrenaline because of the cold. Makes it seem like you've just taken a pill of restorative mental energy. Number 2, brewing coffee. Now, brewing coffee to drink doesn't bring a instant effect like the cold shower does. However, I do believe it's nice to have a caffeinated drink when you are working. So here's mine right now. And generally speaking, in its effects, it slowly kicks in after 30 minutes. It's not instant at all. You could be drinking this and it only kicks in after a while. Number 3, walking around in the garden or just walking to some shop or even just walking in the park will provide a subtle but slowly kicking in effect. So once you finish the walk and come back to your workstation, that is when you'll feel that it has truly benefited you and restored your mental energy. In my case, I walked around the garden mindlessly daydreaming, and that seemed to have worked. The fourth and final thing is NSDR. I know you probably heard of NSDR before. You may have even tried it, but maybe it didn't provide any benefit to you. If you're wondering what NSDR is, it's a non-sleep deep rest. It is a form of meditation that takes around 10 minutes or so. And this sounds, again, wishy-washy, but I actually got introduced to NSDR by Andrew Huberman. However, I don't think Andrew Huberman tells you how to go about doing it. He simply tells you to follow the instructions in the video. That may be good, but the video I'm going to link you in the comments of the NSDR is pretty good. But me, after doing it for a couple of weeks, I definitely think you can add some instructions that can benefit you a lot more. Number 1 of the instructions is make sure you're completely comfortable. If you once again have the perfectionist mindset like I do, you cannot stand when a pillow is just like, let's say this is your pillow, right? And it's slightly tilted and your head is like here. You cannot stand the pillow that is tilted. You have to, let's say you're 2 minutes into the meditation. You're going to have to tilt the pillow back. Boom. You're out of the meditation and it no longer is as effective as you'd like to be. So you must make sure you are completely comfortable with no adjustments to make before starting the NSDR. Another thing is that you can get tapped out of the NSDR very easily. Let's say your parents are shouting your name to tell you to do something, or there's some children outside screaming and playing and your thoughts get diverted over there. Or if you're thinking too much, overthinking on past events, etc., that will bring you out of NSDR. So what I recommend you do is turn up the volume on your speakers or even just have headphones in and then do the NSDR. Otherwise, it won't be as effective as it can be. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. The thing Hamza got wrong is that the gym doesn't actually drain your mental energy as much as you think it would. In fact, when paired with cold showers, it actually restores your mental energy the most out of everything here. Gym combined with cold shower, I'll say it again, restores your mental energy to almost completely full. You can once again do your work. Let's say, and this is coming from my own experience, right? This is what I've tested and found it out, and now I'm sharing it with you. I have an hour and 30 minutes in the gym. Walking from and to the gym takes me about 20 minutes, I'd say. I think what contributes to this amazing effect that gym plus cold shower provides you with is, number 1, a social aspect. I go there personally with a gym buddy, and I won't get into the benefits and negatives of a gym buddy in this video, but the social aspect, I feel like with a gym buddy you can obviously talk about the gym, he can obviously spot you, but I think what is important there is that you can, if you trust him, get your thoughts outside of your head, and like he can act as your therapist in some sort of way, some weird way, right? You can voice your thoughts out, or what happened during the day, or that girl looked at me a bit weird, etc. And then you have less things to think about in your brain because you've like told him, and he therefore tells you, but you don't really care. Another thing is the walking from and to the gym that I mentioned before, the 20 minutes. As you know by now, walking around for 20 minutes or so in the sunshine, nature, etc., that will again reinstate your mental energy. So that 20 minutes from and to the gym, I believe that contributes as well. Number three, hyper concentration of your muscles. So I think I've mentioned this before. Hyper concentration of a particular event like the cold exposure, except this time you're on your muscles. You're on your muscles, like doing the bicep curls or whatever. You focus it all into that like pump of the bicep, and like this ligament here that like hurts every time you're doing the preacher curl. You're focusing it all into here. Not to mention throughout that whole like a gym session of 1 hour 30, you'll be focusing on your muscles. Therefore, it relates to the cold shower thing, and some bro science here. If you hyper focus on something, you like get the mental energy back. Another thing is no music. I personally don't listen to much music when I'm working out. That may sound strange to you, but really the only time I listen to music is when I'm doing a PR. I don't listen to music because I'm literally David Goggins. If you're not listening to music, you're chatting to your friend, you're laying all your thoughts out into the conversation, into his head. You're hyper concentrating on your muscles. What do you get? A completely safe space of thinking, or like daydreaming, or letting your brain deload. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think with no music and all of the factors I listed before, you essentially have created a silent room for yourself with a therapist in it whilst doing a cold shower. You see how powerful that is? And so I think this concludes how Hamza mentioned that the gym is actually a big drainer, but coupled with walking back home for 20 minutes and then hopping into a cold shower to again boost your mental energy and give you that adrenaline hit in your brain. The gym coupled with that is insanely powerful. And I don't think, and I hope this video has helped you the way the protocol has helped me. Goodbye.